Hey folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Call of Duty United Offensive. And today we are continuing with the Russian campaign, the second of the third mostly combat missions. There's still another tank mission for extra fun. And this one, I don't really know what to say about this one. It defies large-scale commentary to some extent. So, joining with me on this, as usual.
Hey everyone, it's the last robot guy here. I don't know anything about the level, and because I've just been given no information, I can't say something stupid at the start.
I don't know, man. It's like a microcosm of Call of Duty as a whole. I mean, there's nothing to really point out about it except the last 5 minutes, which is a huge fuck you.
So wait, when you say it's sort of Call of Duty, like you just mean this Call of Duty. You don't mean like all Call of Duties in that we're not gonna like walk around the corner, get shot at, and a big jar of jam's gonna fall on our faces. There we go. I said something stupid. We can go now.
All right, let's get started then.
Video onwards.
Listen well, comrades. Just beyond this hill to the north, we will advance to a train station where our tanks will gently persuade the enemy to abandon their posts or die. Once the station has been secured, we will press our advantage until the only Germans left in Ponyri are dead. Move out!
I do like gentle persuasion.
Yeah, I love how he puts that. So this is one of the big missions where I figured Kulikov to be the huge bro that I built him up to be last mission. Mostly because, actually, just wait a second, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's a lot of fire.
You're advancing under tank, and it looks like the tanks have got getting the job done.
They're blowing some stuff up, yeah, but, I mean, if you advance with the rest of the soldiers, you can get your ass shot off ridiculously easily, which is part of why I think Kulikov is a huge bro. There is not a character in this game or any other game that I have seen for a very, very long time that is as willing to take a bullet for you as Kulikov is.
He's the one behind the rock there getting shot by everything?
Yeah, you can always tell which one Kulikov is because he wears a sash and nobody else does.
That's where he puts all the bullets. He just tucks them in after they bounce off his invincible chest.
I like that theory. That's why he never runs out of ammo. He's just constantly stealing the Germans' bullets. How exactly you get, all of the German rifle ammo to sock it into his most of the gun, I don't know. He finds a way.
He convinces it. Or it may just be a case of a moss in the gun being one of those weird things that you could just like load with like shrapnel with like a blunderbuss. It works out. They don't actually work like that. Any gun enthusiasts, I understand.
They just had like a minor stroke. You hear you saying that.
Yeah, you can fill it with rocks. It'll win a war for you. Whatever.
And no gun works like that, though it's fun to think so. The game did take me off guard here for a moment, because usually I don't hang back quite this far at this particular standoff, because normally I don't care about dying nearly as much as I do in this LP, because I'm trying to provide, very workable strategies. And I found that there is such a thing as having damage reduction based on your distance. You'll notice that I just shot that one German in the face with a Mosin Nagant about 4 times, and he is still alive.
I really want you to come up then.
Yeah, and once I come up here, I shoot a dude and he stays down. This is totally news to me. I will tell you, I've never seen this before in Call of Duty.
Oh, that is very interesting. I wonder how much of that carries over the future iterations.
Or even just in this game. It's the first time I've ever seen it even in this game, and we're a good 90% done with the game.
Sniper in the tower! Yuri, stop him! We will take care of the Germans in the station!
I mean, it's not simply distance, because, I'm much further away from that sniper in the tower than I was from those other guys, and sniper in the tower just took 2 bullets from a car and went down. The other guy just survived 4 and kept going.
really unusual. I guess they really wanted you to get in there.
I guess so. If that's the intent here, then I'm not certain I like that game decision. I mean, you should kind of leave it open for as a puzzle for the players to solve.
You could waste all your ammunition in the distance, just pooping bullets out of people too, don't realize it.
Yeah, well, particularly in this mission, that matters a little bit less because they only start you with like 50-odd bullets for your Mosin, and there is no way that's lasting you the entire mission. It's just not gonna happen.
Aw, I blew a track. That's like the saddest thing about tanks.
It always looks like they're like half of a machine when that happens. It's so sad.
He's going nowhere. Having watched way too much Thomas the Tank Engine as a 4-year-old, it's very difficult for me to not personify, like, mechanical engines. Although I would imagine, like, a Thomas the Tread tank would probably be pretty morbid.
I think it would be pretty awesome, and I think they should totally revive that, like, right now.
Only if Ringo Starr narrates it again. He was great.
On an unrelated note, I think that's the first person in this entire game that I've willingly killed with a pistol.
Yeah.
You men, into the station! Drive them out! Go, go, go!
This mission is really high variance in a certain extent because, you know, you guys will see that there's a bunch of MP44s around. Now remember that Germans with MP44s can screw you up in under a second no matter what range you're at. So it's very easy to die instantly. But by the same token, I mean, if you're handling things correctly, you'll kind of feel wasteful for passing up all of the health.
So I saw you pop one into the sergeant there.
Yeah, well, that was legitimately an accident. I actually like Sergeant Antonov.
He just kind of looks back at you and goes, "Save it for the jerk commissars, mister."
Also, yes, before I give Sergeant Antonov too much credit, the entire thing of "we will take care of the Germans in the station" was another lie my commanding officer told me.
They will take care of him very, very slowly, and it's up to you to sort of speed it up. It was not without an attempt.
He did at least try. I suppose the only thing I can yell at him for is being incompetent.
Yuri, get back down! The rail station is secure!
No, more lies my fucking commanding officer told me. The rail station is secure. Boom! Fuck you.
It's about as secure, you know, as they could possibly get it without checking everywhere.
Nicely done, men. We have them on the run, so let's keep it that way. Move out!
I'm keeping my Tokarev because it's way cooler than a Luger. This is not negotiable.
I don't know the first thing about pistols, so I will assume you are correct. Oh, well, so things certainly escalated very quickly, didn't they?
Yeah, it's nowhere near done. Keep watching.
Oh man.
The angriest tank.
That is one very, very nice touch. I love that.
There were actually 2 German snipers up there too, so it's not just like he blew up the water tower because he was an angry tank.
And my favorite touch of that whole thing is it ran out of water. It ran out, like, you know, because there's only a finite amount of water in a water tank. They actually considered this when they thought, let's make a really cool looking set piece. So kudos on that one, guys.
Yeah, I've always loved that moment.
I'm just like, every game we play, I'm always like a fan of the little touches. It's the little touches that draw, like, that hold you when, like, the rest of the game draws you in.
It's what really goes from making a competent game into a memorable game. Is the little things. I mean, the things that make you reminisce about a game.
Move in!
I was half expecting someone to stand up right in front of you then and get capped in the skull.
And then it would fade to black, calling me a traitor to the motherland.
To that schoolhouse and teach them a lesson.
That was barely a Russian accent.
I don't even know who that was supposed to be. I mean, because that wasn't Antonov, it wasn't angry enough, and it wasn't Kulikov because we heard him last mission. So I don't know who that was supposed to be. Minor death cut there you guys saw. Basically one of the MP44s had my number come up. There's nothing really interesting about it, unfortunately.
He just stepped out and filled you full of the MP4.
Pretty much. I mean, it ended up being just like clack, clack, clack. Oh, you're dead.
Now school's in session. Still disappointed you can't spin the globe there.
It does make amazing cover. It's completely impermeable to bullets.
Well, you can't destroy the Earth by shooting it with a gun, obviously.
Apparently not. One of my practice runs, I actually wasted like half of an MP44 magazine before I realized that it was a little bit like the fences outside where 1 square inch of wood can stop an assault rifle bullet.
They don't make planets like that anymore. You can definitely see how, you know, you're very slowly closing the jaws shut on the Germans that are holed up in this school.
This is actually not an inaccurate way of how a insertion goes, as far as, you know, checking your corners and proceeding very slowly and waiting for everybody else and everything like that. You know, so again, you can just kind of Rambo in here, particularly on the lower difficulties, but on hardened it behooves you very much to, you know, work with everybody else, which, I mean, again, is how it should be. So, I mean, these little design decisions that are pushing you towards the way you should be doing things, it's just, it's good game design. It doesn't make you feel like you're being harped on.
You tightened the noose and you yanked it closed.
So, believe it or not, we're actually not the one with the bombs this time.
It's Boris there.
Mm-hmm. This is actually an objective that a lot of players hate, simply because those 2 Germans with MP44s can slaughter Boris in under a second, even on normal.
Don't shoot your gun at it, Boris. Plant a thing on it.
No, he was trying to get to the infantry.
Okay, what about that time?
Okay, yeah, that time is alright, fine. Private Shimashko is not exactly the brightest bulb. That's why we gave him the bombs.
Well, he figured it out. Run. That's the most important part.
Machine gun! Flank left and move in behind it! Yuri, flank left with Boris and get behind that machine gun!
Ah, looks like Boris is now your adventure friend, I guess.
He is for this mission, at least. I actually left a death in up here just because of how utterly ridiculous and boneheaded I was in the point leading up to it.
Do you climb onto Boris's back and just sort of ride in, like, whooping and hollering and shooting?
I wish. That would have made it so much better.
Oh no.
That's not me being ridiculous, because that's actually a really good move. But
Okay.
after all of this time of, you know, having really good accuracy and everything like that, I don't know what infested my brain, but up here I've just, everything is terrible about me.
Waiting for it. Waiting for it. What the fuck, man? You shoot like I do. Oh my god.
What am I doing?
He's leading you.
Oh god. In the aftermath, I was just kind of like, what is this, a spaghetti western where I'm telling somebody to dance and shooting at their feet?
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Oops.
And then you stood there.
And then I stood too close to a fucking bomb!
Oh my god, man.
What is the matter with me?
You. That is gorgeous. I love that.
Lest everybody at home think I'm actually good at this game.
This is what you miss with every death cut, everybody.
Most of them are way less interesting than that.
I can't. I just. It was the perfect way to end it. It was just like, can't aim, stands too close to bombs.
Just too dumb to live in that moment. Oh.
Yeah, you're just going to wait for it to explode so you can walk down.
You're goddamn right. I'm gonna be up and above it this time. Though with my luck, it'll have like a little bit of shrapnel that comes in and buries itself right in my eye.
The entire tank just flips and smashes the balcony to pieces. I shake my head, and I love it.
Oh man, I considered cutting it out, and I was just like, no. If I cut that out,
you gotta wear something like that.
I'm officially taking myself too seriously if I cut something like that out.
So everyone form a circle around the German soldier.
Everybody pirouetting like it's a stupid ballet.
Well, you know, everything I've read about the Russian ballet, you know, it's pretty serious stuff.
With people getting acid thrown in their faces over it.
Yeah.
Contemporary remarks. I'm pretty sure Franz got reassigned over here to the Russian front here, by the way. You'll see why here in just a moment. There we go, jump shot. But, just, what? What am I looking at there?
I love barbed wire too, but you won't see me cuddling it.
Franz, you're fucking doing it again. You are ruining this war for all of us.
See, this is why in the first tank mission everyone was like talking shit about France, because word just got around that there was this one German who just was not taking any of this seriously. Excuse me, Kuba-san. Get it, you know, just run in front of our guns, why not?
The AIs that accompany you in here are kind of stupid, and god damn it, both of you!
Well, they just run out and like dive face first into the Germans.
Jesus.
It's alright, Yuri, we'll take all of those bullets.
Including your bullets.
Well, your bullets are lucky bullets, obviously.
I wish I just had Kulikov back, because at least then I wouldn't have to feel bad about shooting him, because he has like the sash of invincibility.
More stairs.
Incidentally, I would also really love to have at least one dude with a PPSH in here instead of everybody having freaking Mosin Nagants in close quarters.
It's too quiet. We've taken them by surprise.
I get the feeling it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, taking who by surprise, because we just killed about half a dozen dudes that were clearly not surprised.
Yeah, we've snuck in, like no one knows we're here. Large sounds of explosions in background.
Also me nearly running face first to like 3 dudes with MP40s and scaring the shit out of myself.
Surprise! And that's why they carry the Mosin Nagant indoors.
Club the shit out of him. Okay.
He just did it again, too.
I'm kind of sad that I can't blow up any of those radios.
Silence the German talk.
I almost consider silence a sort of reward in this game simply because of how noisy everything can get, particularly with something like an MG42 around.
Yeah, I mean, like from the very first video, we had to turn we had to turn the game down so that we could talk to one another because it's just like I can't hear anything over the sounds of regular gunfire, let alone the gigantic hell machine guns that run through most of the first campaign.
At least in this one, they modeled a couple other machine guns that weren't quite as obnoxious. So this is the fuck you part that I was mentioning earlier.
Tank factory.
Okay, so first part of the fuck you, infinitely spawning Germans with a fair number of MP44s in there, okay? So keep that in mind. Okay, so also we have a tank that we need to destroy, and the Panzerfausts are in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, there is no good way to handle this. I mean, seriously, the best thing that you can do is kill a wave of the Germans, throw a grenade bouquet like this, and then pray to whatever god you worship that you get to the Panzerfausts and can start shooting. And you will have to shoot for a while, because for some unholy reason this thing is made of adamantine.
Bus tank! This is where you're like quick draw Panzerfaust over here. Jesus.
God, it's like 5 Panzerfausts to get it done. And by this time, you're so pissed off that you're just going to start using the Panzerfaust for everything, because fuck Germans!
I do appreciate that. This is exactly what's happening.
Fuck Germans!
Oh dear. France had the right idea, staying back and hugging the barbed wire.
Regroup!
Comrades, we have driven the enemy from Ponyri, and we will not rest until the whole German army has been driven off Russian soil.
Suddenly a dude kicks in a door behind him and starts shooting at everyone.
Clearly everybody has very different definitions of clear than I do. I mean, the thing that's hard to quantify about Ponyri is that, you know, aside from the last set piece being absolutely awful, I mean, this is kind of just a summary of everything that's gone on in the rest of the campaigns. I mean, you have a nice advance. It's a tactical advance. You have machine guns. You deal with the tank by blowing them up. There's nothing new here, and it's the hint that the game is starting to run out of ideas. Which is okay, really, because we have one tank mission, and then the final mission, and then we're done. So it's actually a pretty good time for the game to start winding itself down.
Yeah, I will say though, in terms of aesthetics and how it looks and everything like that, I still think the Russian campaign has been my favorite so far. Like, it's been nailing the big conflict thing pretty well, and the little sequence with the water tower, I just love. Like, I irrationally love.
I do agree that, you know, as far as campaign aesthetics go and just the feel of everything, the Russian UO campaign is one of the best. I wouldn't say it's the best. The base Russian campaign still holds that part in my heart, but it's definitely up there, and they did a really good job of portraying the human part of the war again, which is what I've been complaining that they forgot in the first 2 campaigns.
Although they'll probably forget that again once we get to the end, I'm sure, and they play like a whole bunch of sequences of battles with Russian chanting over the top.
There is a movie that I could do without, but the real finale that it gives you, it's extremely satisfying. I have to say that I'm not looking forward to fighting the fight, but I am looking forward to the reward quite a bit.
Well, everyone looks forward to the end of the war.
Yeah, I hear that. So, we'll see y'all next time when we get into a tank and drive forward toward the end of the war. Until then, folks, I've been Coolguy.
I've been the Lost Robo.
Take good care of yourselves and all those you love, folks.